Alright guys, today on Exposing the Back, I'm going to show you guys how to take the back from the pendulum sweep. Alright guys, today on Exposing the Back, I'm going to be showing you guys this pendulum sweep that's going to allow us to set up a back take, okay? So we're going to go into the pendulum sweep. I'm going to show you how I like to set up the pendulum sweep, okay? So the first way that we're going to do this is from an arm drag. Our standard arm drag that I showed earlier in this series, first I'm going to break the grip off. So I'm going to get my fingertip grip on top of the hand. I'm going to go underneath here to break the grip off. Once I pop that grip off, I'm going to switch him over to the other side of my wrist, and then I'm going to move his hand into my pocket, and I'm going to pull him down with my knees at the same time. So I'm going to push and pull. All right, so here's where I'm going to set up my pendulum sweep. Now this is key if you like to set up pendulum sweeps this way. Is I've pulled him forward and this has created a hole underneath his leg. So I was holding his hand here, I've reached up and I've controlled his shoulder right here so that he can no longer posture. Okay, so now I want my hand to go over the top of this arm and underneath his leg. Okay, so that really traps the arm in there and really allows the control of the pendulum sweep as we begin to sweep over. Okay, so now I need to pendulum my leg. Okay, so now when I pendulum my leg and my opponent lands on the top of my thigh there, I want to make sure that I keep that hook that I've got underneath the armpit, whether it's with the gi grip or whether it's just a hooked hand there, and I want to make sure that I'm controlling his arm behind my elbow here. Now I am going to let go of the leg, so as I let go of the leg, I'm going to reach up and I'm going to get control of his collar, but I'm also going to keep control of his arm right here. Now if he transitions or tries to explode or anything, I still have options of doing the arm bar or going into mount, but what I'm looking here is to get the back. So I'm going to reach up here, I'm going to grab my opponent's collar. All right, now I'm going to go to my back, and as I go to my back, I'm going to turn my hips and rotate my knee down so that I can expose my opponent's back and start going into submissions from there. So I'm going to pull him sideways, dragging him over, setting my second hook, and I can go into my submission chain from there. All right, that's the way that you can use a basic pendulum sweep to get your opponent's back if that's where you want to be at to finish your submissions and to end the match. So you guys give that a try. Let us know what you think. I'm going to show you guys a second variation that I think is going to work just as well. Alright guys, the second way that I'm going to show you guys to get into the pendulum sweep is more of a basic trap, okay? So instead of trying to arm drag them over, sometimes our opponent's going to fight those arm drags and really try to keep their posture. So I found that this is another way that I can get the pendulum sweep. All I got to do is make sure that I get under my opponent's leg here. Okay, so when I do this, I'm going to get an outside grip on his gi right at his elbow. All right, and I'm not going to try to do anything with it yet because I don't want him fighting back. So I'm just going to get that grip and I'm going to attach myself to his elbows. That's going to give me the control that I want. Now I'm going to give myself a big knee pull so that I can get my second hand underneath the leg, okay? So I'm going to give myself a big knee pull. I'm going to dive my hand underneath the leg and I'm controlling the back of the elbow over here, okay? So now my arm is tucked into my body and that's really controlling his arm. All right, so now I'm going to go into my pendulum the exact same way I did before by swinging out my leg, but this time I'm going to be pulling on the arm as I do it. So as I swing my leg out, my goal is to make my opponent land again on the top of my leg, okay? So now the arm that's hooking his leg here is gonna reach, and I'm just gonna, this time I'm gonna go underneath the arm. This is gonna give me the same amount of control. I'm gonna get control of his collar right here, right? And when I get the collar, I'm gonna drop to my back using both of these grips to drag him over as I pull my knee over. So I drop to my back, pulling him over and setting my hook in, and then I'll go into my submission chain from there. All right, so that's variation number 2 on the pendulum sweep to the back. You guys give that a try and let us know what you think.